students and pros, united and strong. Let's talk about Camp Enterprise, because we love what's going on.
I love it.
When it's time for some justice and time for some truth, let's realize what we can do. Honor, we will try the duty to be done. And we say, I. There's a reason here and a reason above. And our honor is to try, and our duty is love.
Yes.
Students, come with me where the fire burns bright. You can even see better than a candlelight. Someday soon we won't be left behind. Then we will see Camp Enterprise from our mind. Each and every one of us was given the gift of free will. We all have the power of choice, and that is what directly shapes our destiny. It's a catalyst for positive or negative change. It can elevate us to heroic heights, or it can plunge us into the depths of despair. As Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path, and lead a trail. My friends, is it okay if I share a story with you of when I was a young man? Yes. Is anyone sensitive in here? No. Is anyone averse to hearing the truth? No. I'm all about the truth. I'm all about transparency. And I'm all about getting real. In this day and age, there's no such thing as privacy. Once online, always online. Once online, always online. So what I share is going to be recorded forever in the big internet sky in the heaven. When I was 16, all right, I was a good student, I was a great artist, I had a few girlfriends, and then it all changed. With what seemed to be a minor decision, it turned out to be a major, life-altering, and horrifying choice. I smoked my first joint of marijuana. And then I smoked another. Shortly thereafter, lube, acid, hash, mushrooms. And boy, was it easily accessible in high school. All the cool kids were doing it. Sadly, that's what I thought was cool. It led to grade slipping, skipping school, hanging out downtown, crime, violence, and more drugs. When I was 17, my girlfriend forged a check. I thought it would be cool to go to the bank and cash it. Go to Mexico, party. Guess who was waiting for me at the bank? Her pops and the police. Good kid, bad choice. So, the choice back in the day where I thought I could get into this whole party scene led me to prison. By the time I was 18, I was convicted. I was charged at 17, but because my birthday is when the trial was, I ended up in a range of bikers and gangbangers when I was 18 years old. Not fun. From a simple choice of smoking a joint of marijuana. Some say it's not a gateway. That's another debate. So, long story short, then I get into my 20s. I get out, introduced to ecstasy, cocaine, Special K, started a rave company, owned a nightclub, had 2 different big party event promotional companies, and then it all changed. By the time I was 30 years old, 4 of my friends were dead from drug overdose. Dead. 1 friend dead from gang violence. Another friend shot twice coming out of a nightclub in Montreal. The mailman found him bleeding to death in the snow. It's not fun burying your friends. And I can assure you that wakes you up. I have a 22-year-old daughter. I'm 44 years young. You do the math. I have a 10-year-old girl, I got a 7-year-old boy, and I got a 5-year-old boy. 3 came from a planned situation, 1 came from a party. I won't tell you which is which. My daughter looked at me when I was 30 and she was like, Dad, she goes, what happens if you either end up dead or you end up in prison? What if I need you? What if I need you? Bam! Hit me like a ton of bricks. What an a-hole. Quit everything immediately. Cold turkey. started to pick up momentum, and never looked back. Became a personal trainer where I was accountable to the real world. Became nominated for Canadian Personal Trainer of the Year, nominated for Canadian Fitness Manager of the Year, was the largest revenue generating trainer in the history of the largest fitness company in Canada. Did that with 3 other companies. Started another brand called Fitness Star International. I had over 300 fitness models, did events as far as Mumbai, India. I host Fitness Star Model Search Mumbai. True to life slumdog billionaire stories where we pull people out of the slums that have exceptional physiques, bring them to Canada, get them sponsored by Nike, get them brought back, and then they get jobs with the big fitness people in India. 2 magazines, 2 fitness magazines, and a social network. Now, I don't share the drug abuse, and I don't share my accolades with you to impress you, okay? What I'm here to share with you is that it's never too late. It's never too late to be great. I made a choice to turn my life around at 30. I could have made a choice to stay on the straight and narrow at 15. Before I made that choice, I lost 15 years of my life. Big blur. However, once again, it's never too late. So, what I'd like to share with you today is something called the 5 F word system. And this is practical. This is something that I live each and every day. Okay? 5 F word system. Who thinks I'm going to drop an F-bomb? Food, fitness, family, finances, and fun. Food, fitness, family, finances, and fun. And in that order. Very, very important. Now, if you take 5 circles, kind of Olympic-like circles, and you put them in a circle, and they're all kind of connecting, and you have one of the F words on each of them, and you focus on getting about 80% in each of those, you have what's called life balance. And when you have life balance, you're more centered. And when you're more centered, you're able to observe. And when you're able to observe, you can make better choices. And when you can make better choices in your personal life, you can now make better choices in your professional life. Does anyone here want to be an entrepreneur? Hand, show of hands. Does anyone want to work for a big corporation? Very cool. Does anyone want to get into the tech sector, like internet marketing, computers? Awesome. Very good. So I brought along this really cool little sample of life choices and the life balance box. So the life balance box is going to showcase what I mean about the F word system. Now we got food, fitness, family, finances, fun in the proper order. So let's say we do it in the other order and we put fun first, okay? So let's take fun. We got our fun beads, all right? We're going to throw them in the life balance box here, just like so. All right? Now we got our golf balls, finance. You know, a lot of people that are in finance, they love to play golf, so we'll throw those in there. Okay? Family, so important, you know. So many moms, they like to challenge me with putting their kids first. You know, when the plane's going down and the flight attendant comes to the front of the plane and they say, you know, you have this oxygen mask that falls down. Who do you put it on first? Do you put it on yourself or do you put it on your little kid? Who says kid? Who says you? You is right. Okay? You put it on you first. You put the oxygen mask back on you in order to maintain the child. Because if you put it on the child and you go, the child is cooked. Right? Fitness. Any Raptors fans? Yeah. Oh! And food. Okay, let's put that in there. Oh my goodness. Look at that. It don't fit. Something is off. Epic fail. All right. Let's take it out again. And we are going to do it in the right order. You guys enjoying Camp Enterprise? Yeah. Yeah, you're getting some good content, some good nuggets of wisdom. I commend you all for being here. All right. take all the finance balls out. We'll get all of our fun beads out of there. Woo! All right, in the proper order. Food, okay? Very important. Fitness. Put them in there. Family. Just like so. Finances. Money. Anyone in here like money? Anyone in here that doesn't like money? One? Can I ask you why?
Because money runs everything. I don't like how it has to be money. Why can't it be happiness?
Good answer. Thanks for sharing. To be a successful manifester. You guys know what manifesting is? And to live in an abundant world. There's a scarcity world, like, oh my God, there's nothing, there's no money. Or an abundant world where it's everywhere. It's about tuning in. It's a mindset. When I discovered to tune into abundance versus trying to reach it, or trying to chase money, or follow my dreams, versus tuning into my dream and living my dream and faking it until I become it. Not faking it till I make it. Faking it till I become it. That's when I became exceptionally good at what I do. So I've made $1 million twice. Okay? I made $1 million in the personal training industry, selling personal training, and that was for somebody else. So I lined somebody else's pockets. Then I made $1 million in the fitness modeling industry, but it took me $900,000 to make $1 million. So I was living under the poverty line. Okay? That was over a 6-year period. Now, it's to do it digitally. Digitally, everything is copyable at no charge. Anything digital has no finite resources that are being utilized from the planet, wasting. So, let's take the last little bit, the fun beads, and we're going to throw them in. This might get crazy, so if they start bouncing around, I apologize. Let's get them in there. Woo! Look at that. Look at that. Ta-da! Wait! Anyone know what these are? The protein shakes. Do it right. And it's never too late to have a protein shake with a friend. Having proper life balance, you have extra energy, money, bandwidth, love to give back to the world. So, what we're going to do now and how I'm going to give back to you is I'm going to give you 10 tips. And I suggest you guys get a pen and a piece of paper and you write these down because they're going to change your life if you decide to get into business. So, is there a clicker? Am I using this? Ooh, look at that. All right, I found one. And if anyone wants my business card before you go, it's here. Feel free to contact me anytime.
Oh no, I wanted a business card.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I brought enough for everybody, I hope. How many people are here, guys?
99.
Woo! I think there was like 85 last year, so it's growing. So, the money is in the list. Okay, so important. This is my number one tip for you, okay? When a tree falls in the forest and there's nobody there to hear it, does it really even exist? When you have an audience, to sell to advertise to blog to share your videos with, that's when it's going to get good. If anybody wants this entire thing, so you're listening versus writing, I can send it to you, this PowerPoint. Just basically grab one of my cards and request it, and I'll fire it off to you, so you have the whole thing. Just take maybe down the tip, the first headline. So becoming diligent in building your list, and your contact database is so integral. So social media is obviously king now. So many people are on social media. especially with like, Facebook, and then you got your Instagram and your Snapchat and your Pinterest, all that, all the kids, they started on Facebook, then all the parents came to Facebook, and then the kids were like, get rid of Facebook because the parents are on Facebook. Then they went to Instagram, then they went to Snapchat. I was just filming something called Vine. You guys heard of Vine? Yeah. It's so cool. It's like 6-second videos. It's great, right? So you want to get really good at asking for referrals. Obviously, word of mouth and really getting people to support you in building that list is very important. So, wrong computer. Now, you can see here, this is my last business. So I owned a magazine. I had 16 different magazines. You can see the exposure that we had. We got it over to 170 countries. Right here it says 198,000 unique visitors. So those are individuals. We're over 600,000 now. So this is like 2014. Right? So, health is wealth. So walk the walk. Health is wealth. So walk the walk. So basically this is so important. So monkey see, monkey do. The main thing I've discovered personally here on this planet during my short 44 years, the most important nugget, my biggest aha moment is that my number one job on this planet is to inspire. I was born to inspire, okay? The only way I can inspire is when I walk the walk. I do something cool. I do something good for myself. I take care of my family. I'm a really good father. I'm good to my fiance. I may perhaps inspire somebody else to do the same. So that may be true for you guys too. Health is wealth. When you take good care of yourself and you're eating good and you're basically focusing on proper balanced nutrition, diet starts with D-I-E. You want to focus on a nutrition plan, good carbohydrates, good fats, and good proteins. Each and every day, ideally 3 to 5 meals a day, smaller meals. So that was me when I was competing. So imagine coming off drug overdose, okay, and a circle of friends that were undesirables, to now taking it to the other extreme of health. So I live that now. I've had 2 spinal surgeries already. I'm looking at a 3rd spinal surgery. I have 5 blown discs. I'm an extreme sports athlete, so I've been competing snowboarding on the half-pipe circuit for years. Broke my back, skateboarding, rollerblading, trick skating, windsurfing, skydiving. I love it. All right, so be diverse and offer multiple services. Okay, so you want to have a vast array of tools. And basically, you want to have the different one-on-one business services, but you also want to have the group services, right? So that way you can actually start to have different types of people that you can work with all across the board. Don't want to put all your eggs in the one basket. So here I did yoga, I basically had all different types of group training. I had personal training, nutrition planning, etc. So number 4, create how-to products and sell online. This is a huge tip, okay? This is a big, big tip. Now, each and every one of you are going to school. You may have a part-time job. Eventually you get into a full-time job. One of the ways you can become an entrepreneur in this day and age, which is the absolute best day and age ever to live for the entrepreneur. Right now we are in the golden age of the entrepreneur. We're moving into the golden age of the social entrepreneur. Okay, does anyone know the difference? Does anyone know what a social entrepreneur is? Any hands?
A social entrepreneur is an entrepreneur whose main goal isn't financial gain, but is the benefit of people.
Bingo. Benefit of people is key. People, planet, prosperity, or profit. Some people like to say profit. I like prosperity. It's a nicer word. Golden age of the entrepreneur. The entrepreneurs are taking care of themselves. They're basically focusing on themselves. They're making good money. They may not be giving back to the world or to the earth in a sustainable fashion in any way, shape, or form. So what's really cool right now is this social entrepreneur boom where people are giving back to solar. They're giving back to permaculture, rainwater, gray water, all different types of sustainable energy. I'm also a Rogers television show host. Have you guys heard of Rogers Television? Yeah? Dynamo Show. It's called The Dynamo Show. So I interview visionaries, thought leaders, and game changers on public TV. So it's never too late to be great, right? Okay, so here are some examples. This was Joy Band elastic resistance training. So this is something that I used for teaching people that were less fortunate, that didn't have a lot of money or weren't able to go to the gym. They're stay-at-home moms or people that are too overweight and embarrassed to go to the gym, or just in a region where it was remote. So I designed the most inexpensive training tool. I did 60 little videos. They're about 12 seconds each of me doing these different demonstrations with the band. You can put an anchor in the door, and you can do your chest, you can do back rows, you can do different kind of crossover stuff. That band was $5. This altogether was $5, and then this was $19.97. I sold it online, and I sold about 1,000 of them, so you guys can do the math. Digital, okay, digital. They had to buy the band, they had to get the band, but then when they bought that, that was it. The videos were up there, and they were theirs forever. So, organize and host events to groups. Tip number 5. So, a lot of us, when we get into the entrepreneurial space, especially when we're moving in towards sharing our voice and sharing our story space, we have a rule called the basic rule. Blogger, author, speaker, internet marketer, coach. Basic. Blogger, author, speaker, internet marketer, coach. Are there any MMA fans in here? Anyone like UFC?
Yeah.
All right, so karate, ninjutsu, all the different disciplines, right? They used to be fighting each other within those disciplines, but now, in this day and age, because it's so diverse and it's a global economy now, you need to be good at all of them in order to compete on the global playing field. It goes the same for entrepreneurs, okay? So entrepreneurs, they need to be good at a number of different things to truly compete. So you want to learn a little bit. I suggest pick a minimum of 3, a maximum of 5 different disciplines. When you're hosting events to groups, you're getting paid 1 times, let's say there's 100 people in here, and we charge $47 versus dealing with 1 person and you're charging $100 or $200. So you guys can do the math. So here, I was organizing different events. I did Fitness Star Model Search events right across the country. That girl up there is Justine. No, that's Nora Madeline. Justine Monroe is somewhere. So I actually trained the #1 fitness model coming out of Canada and tons of different cover models. So then I first learned how to do it for myself, and then I taught others how to do it. All right, number 6, earn more by stacking verticals. Okay? This is so important. Stacking verticals is one of my greatest, things that I've done in my life where I've accomplished the 6-figure mark. Okay, so I was a personal trainer. So when you're a personal trainer, you're starting out, you're making anywhere between 30 to 45 grand, okay, when you're kind of the average trainer. Then I took that up to about 72 grand, but I was a complete zombie and I couldn't take on any more clients because I was doing lots of one-to-one. So then when I went back into doing the group work and doing the workshops and doing different yoga classes, etc., I started to add a vertical. Then I put nutrition planning, another vertical. Then I put yoga, another vertical. So soon I broke that 6-figure mark and I was kind of averaging between 100 to 130, okay? Because I didn't need to be in a lot of those other places, plus I was doing one-to-many versus one-to-one. See the difference? So, here's the nutrition plan. So this nutrition plan, once again, I did it all online. I was charging $497 US, okay? And people could pick their own carbohydrates, their own proteins, and their own fats based on what they like, not the generic diet that you pull off the shelf. There's so many people go to the bookstore and they buy the new fad diet, and then they think just by buying it they're going to lose 10 pounds or become healthy, and then it ends up on the shelf. Has anyone ever done that? It happens. It happens, right? So how do you beat that? You focus on something that they like. You give them something that they want. When you're building a business, it's not about what you want. Find a market sector where there's demand. So what's cool right now? What's hot right now? What's trending right now? That's where you want to build. Okay, number 7. Cater to a niche audience and specialize. So, this is important. When you guys go to Google, okay, or Bing or whatever that other one's called, Google, you have different pages. You got page 1, 2, 3, 4, infinity. How many people go past page 2 when they're looking for something? Anybody? You're probably a researcher. Yeah. You're probably really good with money. So, on page 1 are the specialists, okay? They're the experts. I'm into souped-up cars. I love all kinds of cars, but specifically Asian tuners, right? So I have a Genesis 3.8 GT, and it's all tricked out for the track. I don't know, slammed to the ground and having a lot of fun with it. Now, when I want to go and install coilovers to lower my car 3 inches down, am I going to go to Canadian Tire?
No.
You know? Am I going to go to a mom and pop shop that does brakes?
Yeah,
No. Where am I going to go?
Specialized.
The specialist. So I found the best in the city called Next Mod in Mississauga to do my car. So those individuals are having guys like me coming to them where they can't even handle the amount of business because they're the specialists. So the purists of that particular product want or need or service are going to those individuals. So when you become the Walmart and you try to service everything to everyone, you're going to have a very hard time in this day and age because there's so many big corporate Walmart type projects out there. So when you pick something that you truly love, okay, truly are focused on, build it. Now, build it to the point where, let's say this is an open field, and I start to dig, okay, and I start to really start mining for gold on this, whatever I like, it happens to be personal training, you know, and it doesn't really work. I make a little bit of money, I'm like, oh, okay, it kind of worked, maybe it didn't. I'm going to dig a little bit more. Boom, hit gold, okay? Most people give up around 95%. And then what they'll do is they'll go over here, and they'll dig another hole. Okay, now I'm going to try something else. Dig, 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 dig. Oh, there's nothing over there. Over here. Dig, 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 dig. Nothing. Go over here. Dig, 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 dig. Dig, 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 dig. So now what we got is this big field of a whole bunch of wasted time and opportunities, okay? Rather than that, focus on stacking your vertical. So I did personal training. I hit target, right? So then I moved forward and I did nutrition planning. Dig, 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 hit gold. Then I moved forward, hit fitness modeling. Dig, 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 dig. Now when I look back in the field, I have a white picket fence that's lined right across the board. And what's happening is this vertical and this vertical and this vertical are all in line supporting one another. See how I stayed the expert in my space, which is fitness. So I became the expert in fitness. Just as an example. There's Justine Monroe. So she's the top fitness model coming out of Canada, the one that says champion. All right, number 8, share your wisdom and experience. Are there any bloggers in here? Has anyone started blogging yet? Blogging is basically where you're writing a little article and you're sharing with the world some of the things that you know and the things that you're passionate about. So your name starts to get out there. So as a part-time gig, while you're going through school or you're having your part-time job or you're going to this corporate type environment, you can still, in your spare time, do this kind of stuff, create these online products and make money with them passively. So instead of having to be there, you can be on the beach, you know, having a cocktail or doing what you do and then hanging out, and then basically you're making money online while you're doing something else, having fun. That's what I do. So I live a flexible lifestyle. A lot of where I've moved into is the speaking space with youth and working with gangbangers. So we work with a lot of kids from Jane and Finch area, and we're building them a ranch to support them, to rehabilitate them. That's where I've gotten to now because I've built all my businesses to work without me, right? So I started doing tips. This is a really easy way to get started. So pick the top 10 tips on something you love. And then the following week, build the top 10 tips on something else. And then the following week or month, you know, build the top 10 tips on something else. So what I did is I did one a month, top 10 tips. Now I have 120 tips, and I created a book out of that. The following year, I did 1 tip a day. I would only recommend that if you're completely committed, because it's somewhat challenging. Because if you have a death in the family, you know, or you have your dog dies or something like that, it could throw you off a little bit. So you can use tools. Anyone understand Hootsuite? Anyone know that tool? Hootsuite? Hootsuite is basically built so you can actually put in 5 posts or 50 posts or 500 posts all timed. So you actually create them all in one day, and then it shoots it out the next day, shoots it out the following day. So it all automates it for you. So once again, you don't have to be there. So then I created this book called 365 Daily Joy Doses. So you wake up in the morning, and I got a beautiful book. And now instead of having just the one tip, I'm reproducing the same stuff that I've done before into a book format. Anyone ever heard of, anyone want to be a speaker in here by chance? Yeah, very good, very good. So when you're a speaker, one of the best ways to get a better speaking rate is to also become an author. When you become an author, you become the expert. You write a book, so if I had to, I'm an Amazon bestseller, so if I pull up my Amazon bestseller on a specific topic, I do something called Dynamo Diaries, where I share stories of entrepreneurs, challenges and stuff that they've overcome, etc. So then basically when I share these stories with the world, and the world likes it, and they buy, I become what's called the expert in that space. Perfect your introduction and shine. You see how I came in here with a bang? I did a little hip-hop and rap, even though I'm a metalhead. I got your attention very quickly. So, same thing with the exit. I haven't figured that out yet because what I was planning wasn't able to be used. So, last tip, be extraordinary and uniquely you. This is how I'm going to end it, right here. Improvise. Be the ultimate you. Live your life your way and follow your heart. It will always guide you in the right direction and towards success. Love what you do and do what you love. The money will follow. Find purpose in your work by servicing others. Very, very, very important. Service enough people, you in turn will be serviced. Be creative and original in your ideas. Execute them efficiently and effectively. When you fail, fall, or get stumped, try another way, but never ever give up. Finish the race and then start another. True success is the realization of a progressive dream and living life on your terms and on your schedule. Enjoy the journey, feel alive, share the abundance, and be open to receiving the rewards. Always be authentically genuine when guiding others and shine. I am James Erdt. My business cards are here if you guys want it. Can we get a round of applause for Cole? If anybody wants any photos, I'm going to be over here. I like selfies.